This is Ty, Metalhead Weatherman. As you can see, and I've said it in the past, whenever I have Radar Omega up, there's some stuff going down, and boy, oh boy, is it ever. We have ongoing tornado warnings. In total, we have about 9 of them. We even have a very rare tornado emergency that has been issued in South Carolina. It's a very dangerous situation that's starting to unfold here as we are pretty much watching a severe weather outbreak unfold, and unfortunately, from the look of it, tornadoes and some strong ones. I've taken a look at this storm here in South Carolina very closely. This is a pretty nasty looking storm, almost what you would call a textbook style supercell. This is indeed a confirmed tornado on the ground that is doing damage, and the alert area is Allendale, Sycamore, and Siegling. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but this is a confirmed tornado by law enforcement, and there's probably some storm chasers there too, possibly. And this is in effect until 4:15 Eastern time. Let's get a look at this storm so I can show you just what I'm talking about. We'll look at this from different aspects, and then we're going to talk about the threat that remains overnight. But this is a very alarming thunderstorm here. I'm going to actually see if I can't try to screenshot this somehow. But look at this. So basically, whenever you have a supercell, the one thing that you never want to see is this little hook here. This is where the strongest rotation is, and this is where that warm and cool air mix together, and you get the spin in the atmosphere, and the tornado is gonna always be somewhere up in here. I think you could almost see somewhat of a debris ball developing here, and it just went through Allendale. This was a very strong, very violent looking tornado on radar, and there's other ways we can look at this too. Show you another way to read these. This is the storm relative velocity product. This shows winds going towards and away from the radar. And what you want to look for in this situation is a couplet of red and green touching together. And lo and behold, there you go. And that is a very strong tornado vortex signature. The brighter the colors, the stronger the winds. And when you have them touching like they are here, when you have these pixelations pretty much right on top of each other, that's never good news. Another way we can confirm that this is on the ground, because this is actually a little bit higher up in the atmosphere, is to look at what's called the correlation coefficient. Okay, it just updated. Still very much on the ground, still very strong, intense rotation. But the other way you can confirm that the tornado is on the ground is through this dual polarization map. It's called the correlation coefficient. All of this stuff is on Radar Omega, by the way. It's pretty much how we're going to be looking at tonight's outlook for severe weather. And basically this stuff here in the red, most of this is meteorological objects. Moisture like rain droplets and ice crystals even. When you start getting towards the non-meteorological stuff, you'll see a drop. You'll see it go from this color here to more this color here, and you can clearly see where that tornado vortex signature is. We have a drop in the correlation coefficient. So that means that you're seeing trees, pieces of houses, whatever you can think of that's not supposed to be in the atmosphere right now, it's there. So we definitely have a violent tornado on the ground. Anyone in this tornado emergency area, Allendale, it's just gone by you, but Sycamore and Siegling, take cover, please. And this warning also goes all the way up towards. Just give me a second here. I'm not super familiar with the South Carolina counties. I've only ever been in South Carolina a handful of times. Oh, geez, there's a lot of tornado warnings. Bamberg and Orangeburg, South Carolina, under a tornado warning. I think this is probably the warning I'm talking about here. Yeah, and this is an observed tornado. I'm pretty sure this is it. Yep, moving northeast at 35 miles an hour. All right. So I haven't really used Radar Omega to look at forecast models or anything like that, so please bear with me, you guys. But this is still a very dangerous ongoing situation that we have right now. South Carolina, and it looks like there might be a new one. No, that's the only one right now. Where is it? I'll have to take another look in a moment. In fact, second thought, I'm going to take a quick look now. It's a tornado emergency. And, that's the only observed tornado. So they've extended the warning. I haven't gotten an update yet on my screen. We'll talk about that later. Also, there's plenty of other YouTube meteorologists and weather geeks that are out here actually live streaming the event, whether it's out on the field storm chasing or sitting at home calling out warnings and helping people. So feel free to watch those guys and get a general idea of what's going and get a good idea of what's going on all throughout the evening and be updated and be informed. So we're gonna take a look here. Okay, we got the HRRR. So we're gonna look at the weather for tonight. We're gonna try to zoom out here. Like I said, forgive me because I'm not super familiar with using the forecast models on Radar Omega. I haven't really meandered in this well enough to get a good idea. As I zoom out here, you can kind of see the scope of what's been going on throughout the day. Multiple tornado reports, flooding reports as well. And there's still quite a flash flood threat ahead for areas that to the south of areas like Macon. Expect a lot of heavy rain, thunderstorms. A new tornado warning just got issued. Jeez, this is getting out of hand. You have a flash flood warning around the Atlanta metro. It's pure crazy. There's pure chaos today. Okay, got that out the way finally. None of these are showing as confirmed tornadoes right now. That's one positive. So we're gonna try to we're gonna try to adjust this to the actual. Hang on a minute. Dang, it's a little tricky. I might just have to actually go back here. I shouldn't be trying to experiment with this stuff while I'm trying to get a video up for you guys. I do apologize for that. I'm also was hoping that somehow this thing would have info up for me, because I'm still also waiting on the newest HRRR to come out, but that's just sometimes how the game goes. But we're just gonna move along. We have about 10 hours worth of it, so we should be fine. Sorry for that little fumble there. I did want to kind of talk to you guys about that severe weather system, that storm that's just gone through Allendale, unfortunately. So we are going to go to the loop and we will be ready. But as you can clearly see here, plenty of activity here, a lot of convection and a lot of embedded supercells in here. They've been producing tornadoes as far west as Mississippi, and they're still continuing to press to the east. It's a very dangerous environment around eastern South Carolina and southeastern southern Georgia, and even some parts of the Florida Panhandle. You're at risk as well for some very dangerous weather, tornadoes included, some strong ones. We were hoping that this wouldn't be happening, but sure enough it is. Augusta, you guys are in line as well, so definitely be on guard. We also do have quite the flash flood threat for central South Carolina and into North Carolina as we go into the night. We're just gonna watch all of this move up, and it's just gonna take its sweet time clearing out until late morning, and then Wednesday we will some of these areas may be under the threat of more severe weather again as another boundary comes in. I will be talking about that in a few hours. Originally, I was going to kind of keep it down to one video, but things have unfolded and unraveled very quickly. And think I'm still getting pings for other additional tornado warnings. Hang on a minute. So it looks like that tornado emergency has now expired. They still have it down as an observed and extremely dangerous tornado. A lot of tornado warnings in Georgia right now, in southern Georgia. That's all I got for you guys, pretty much. Trying to keep this short and sweet, especially if you guys are watching, to anyone that might be in these areas watching the severe weather that's going on right now. Definitely have a plan, because this has unfolded quickly. Like, there were a few tornado warnings earlier, a few pretty strong storms, but now things are really starting to pick up here. So you guys stay safe, have a good evening and good night, and I will talk with you about the Wednesday threat a little bit later.